Hey guys, it's Terry. Working on a interesting project today. I have an old Color Computer 2 that, in order to get my Color Computer 3 working way back when, I did a video on that. I had to steal the salt chip out of a Color Computer 2. I bought this thing on eBay. It was ragged out, the ugliest Color Computer 2 that I could find. And it was like 30 bucks. So I bought it just to be able to extract that salt chip out of it and install it in my Color Computer 3. Was able to get that thing up and going, and it all worked really well. The interesting thing is, I wanted to see if I could get this Color Computer 2 running again. And the salt chip does a couple of things. One of the things that it does is the primary thing that it does is it has a 5-volt regulator that essentially provides a regulated 5 volts to the bypass transistor, which feeds everything else in the computer. So if you can think of it, it has a regulator that produces very little current that just goes to a transistor that regulates the output of that transistor to 5 volts. It goes to everything else on the board. So without that chip being in there, the computer's dead. It won't work. It won't power on. So I took a 7805 regulator and took the input from where the input is on the input pin, which is on pin 16. The output's on pin 1, and connected it up, ran the ground over to pin 8 on the salt chip, fired it up, and hey, this thing was working great. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I'll go ahead and see what else we can do to it. What I wound up doing was taking the original Extended Color Basic and Color Basic ROMs that I had in my first Color Computer 1. I installed it in this thing. I kept those ROMs. Let me tell you the story of that. I did something very foolish. I literally threw away my Color Computer 1 that I got for Christmas in 1983. That thing's worth a ridiculous amount of money. I believe it was a F board, maybe. It was one that had the badge on the left hand side, not in the center, and also had the little badge up top that told you how much RAM you had. And man, I should have never thrown that thing away. But something I did before I threw it away is I went ahead and robbed out all the chips. So I had this Extended Color Basic ROM, as well as the Color Basic ROM that came with it. This Color Computer that I purchased did not have Extended Color Basic in it. I'm like, okay, we'll see if I can take those ROMs and put it in here. Sure enough, yeah, I was able to put those ROMs in here, fire it up, off it went. Extended Color Basic 1.0 right there. So that was kind of cool. Popped in Space Assault cartridge, was playing Space Assault for a moment, turned my head away. I was hearing every now and then the thing glitch out. I could hear a popping sound in the audio, and I knew something was up. Turned my head, turned back around, it was gone. I could see that the modulator was still producing something on channel 4, I think is what it was putting the output on, but it was dead. Could not bring it back to life. And I checked the voltages, and it appeared to be outputting the correct 5 volts and everything as it should have. I highly suspect there's another problem with this board, so I went ahead and put it on the bench and put it on the bench here. I disconnected the power supply lines that are right here. There's a ground. There's 2 right there. Trying to see if I can show you here. Here's where I put the 7805 in there. And up here are the Color Basic and Extended Color Basic ROMs that I put in the thing. So my guess is this thing is definitely past its service life. You know, kind of checking this thing over in the corner here. That cap is definitely has a nice little dome on it. So we probably have bad caps in the power supply. Imagine that. That's actually what killed my salt chip on my Color Computer 3. Whenever I first initially fired the thing up, it worked great. Well, it didn't work great. It was giving me some problems. I had bad RAM, but but it would display correctly. I could tell that it was powering up and everything, and a few minutes later, a similar thing to this killed the salt chip. So that's the reason why I have this Color Computer too. So I guess what I'm going to do here, I've already taken the screws out of this thing, disconnected from the power supply. Let's go ahead and examine this guy and see what we've got going on. I believe I may have somewhere over here parts needed to do a cap swap on this thing. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's got two caps that are soldered underneath the bottom here. That's bizarre. I have no idea why they would do that. And something I noticed, this little thing right here. Oh, yeah. Super loose on the motherboard there. I don't know why. So let's go ahead and get this shield off the bottom of this thing. Now, it is incredible the amount of shielding that they put on stuff, you know, back in the day. I mean, they actually had to do real FCC compliance. And it's got a ridiculous amount of shielding on here. So let's go ahead and pull these off. Oh, that guy's on there tight. There we go. And that guy's on there tight. Oh, I'm cutting myself. Let's see how this goes. Ah, there we go. All right, and oh, one more. Look at that guy. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove this shield. Ta-da! Okay, turn around so you guys can see. Tandy, 1983. Now, this is one that had the melted keyboard with it. I don't know if this one's made in Korea. It certainly is interesting. Let's see what is this guy? Yeah, this is a 263026 is the there we go. 263026. Yeah, that's the model number of this thing. And it definitely has a voided warranty. So let's see what we can do here. Guys, I'm not super prepared for this, so please be patient if I have to get up and go get some caps and go get up and go get some more caps and see if I can figure out what the heck I'm doing here. Yeah. Looks like this thing's been through it for sure. So for those of you that are not familiar with Coco, it's a 6809 based Color Computer. Here is our 6809 here, I believe. Yep. This is, I believe, what they call the SAM chip, which is the memory multiplexer chip. We have our ROMs up here. All these little bitty chips right here. This is our RAM. This guy right here is one of, I believe this is one of the peripheral interface adapters. Well, this is interesting. This is a 6821, and this is a 6822. I don't know. So I did not realize that those are different chips. So if there's anybody that knows why, please comment below. And this guy right here is our video display generator, I believe, the 6847. All right, well, let's go ahead and get cracking. Got this big guy right here, 4700 microfarad at 16 volts. Let's get him out of here. Big dude. All right. I hope I can get this warm enough to be able to desolder this guy. Certainly feels warm. Wow, these are incredibly large traces too. I don't know. What the heck are we dealing with here? Alright, got that guy loose. On that side, let's see if we can get this one loose. And this is on the ground side. He does not want to come off. All right, there we go. We got it out of there. So there we go. I have no idea of the quality of that thing. And here's the connector that was definitely loose. Maybe we can reflow the solder on him as well. Let me pause for a second, and I'll be right back with a replacement cap. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay, guys, we're back. So yeah, I'll tell you about these little guys right here. These are cap kits that are put together. I got these from Mike Kent, and I believe he's down in Georgia. Is that right? Yeah, he's down in Marietta, and he puts these together for color computers. Now I don't know if I have a complete kit. I bought a kit from him, and I think he'd mentioned that he had added some extra caps in there. So hopefully I have, and it looks like I do, the caps that I need. So Mike, thank you. I appreciate that. Those of you watching, I'll provide a link down below to Mike's website. All right, cool. So looks like we're going to get to do a couple of things here. One is reflow the solder on this bad boy. You know what? I think I may wind up moving my mirror, my image around a little bit right here while we're recording, so that you guys can see what I'm doing, because I, for some reason, just keep getting in the way. No matter where I put it, I get in the way. All right, see if we can reflow the solder on this thing. And this is going to be super difficult to do, I believe. See if we get some heat transfer going on. I mean, that is a huge heat sink. Oh, there we go. Start. Oh. So, what do we have down here? Oh no, I got a tool up here that will put that. This is just jacked up, man. I mean, shouldn't that be coming from the bottom? Going through? Well, maybe it can't. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Let's take a closer look at what we got going on here. Get rid of some of this old solder. Okay. If I burn myself, you're allowed to laugh. I doubt I'll be able to get this cleaned off. Man, that's just really weird the way they've done this. It's just like a straight up hole right there. And they expected that to stay? What the hell? What am I missing? That's crazy as hell. And what they've done here doesn't make any sense at all to me. And that's just a straight through hole kind of thing. Maybe we can get an extra, we can solder a lead in there and then attach this to it somehow. Maybe that'll be a good way to go. I mean, there's no this is not going to be mechanically connected at all. What did they do over here? Something very similar. Am I missing something? Is there no? I mean, there does not appear to be any. You know, like a single little thing coming out that would mechanically bond this properly to that motherboard. That's insane. I just went from, hey, that was designed pretty well to, man, that was designed very badly. I guess we'll see how that goes. All right. I mean, really? That's how it's done? That's nuts. I guess that's how it's done. So let's see what we can do here, if we can do anything. Well, there's just a big old blob of solder right there like we had. Because apparently it's not actually doing anything. Now I can't even get it warm enough to be able to. There we go. I suck at this. What in the hell? Why? Why did they do this? I'm going to wind up sticking a piece of wire in there and calling it a day. There's just no way I can get this warm enough without burning up my iron. I'm just creating a great big heat sink. Trying to get that on there. Alright. Doo-doo. No wonder this thing wasn't on there very well. The thing that was bonding it on there was freaking solder. It's terrible, man. Okay. No way. There's no way that that will make a good mechanical bond. I do believe this is stupid on steroids. Well, all right, maybe that's pretty good. All right, so let's get our big ass cap out of here. Let's do an A/B comparison. So, yes, 4700 microfarad, 16 volts. 4700 microfarad, 16 volts. And there's a big difference there as far as their physical size. These are high quality caps. And if you want to be in any way serious about bringing these old computers back to life, you want to make sure that they are good quality. Look at that, right on in there. Yay. Mechanically perfect. Might use one of these guys right here if I can't, I'm not happy with the way that bonds whenever I cut these leads off. I may just go ahead and stick one of these leads through there and have it connect to that. There we go. All right, and for real, put it in backwards. And you know, I don't feel bad about that because I saw Dave Jones do the same thing and power it up. He didn't catch it and blew up a cat. Man, it was actually glorious. Because that thing it blew it blew up well. I'll post a link to that down below. Dave Jones is my hero. That dude is so awesome. So, boys and girls, the lesson to this is make sure that you check the polarization before you go to finals. Loose. The set's not loose yet. Can't believe I did such a foolish thing. There we go. Both of them are loose. Can you even see that on the television? Oh, yeah, I guess you can. All right, here we go. Let's back it out slowly. Do not want to cause any problems. Now, it is marked positive right there. It is marked negative on this side. You know, where our ground is that I was just working on. Thought that, you think, one would think, that I actually know something about this stuff. But I don't. All right, so now that we've unscrewed that, let's see if we can solder it back in here. There we go, good connections. Good connections. Yay. Okay. So how many other electrolytics do we have in here? It does not look like many. I almost wonder if this thing that's up over here is the issue. So we got that guy. And I guess we could just work ourselves from one side of the board to the other. Man, these C1 and C5 are going to be hell. Okay, so C1 is a 220 microfarad, 16 volts. A little short, stumpy little fella. What do I have here? 220 microfarad, 25 volts. Yeah, buddy. We'll go with that. Yep, he's also in a smaller package, so that'll work out. I gotta get over in this corner. Man, I hope I do not have to remove this. If I have to remove this, man, I'm gonna cry. So let's see what we can do here. At least get one of them out. And there's all kinds of solder flux on that thing. Alright, looking okay there. Can I get into that corner? Things like on a very large plane right there. Hey, I think I may have. Well, I'll be dadgum. Yeah. The one that was the most difficult part of that actually is the loosest one. Let's see if we can just ease it right on out of there then. I have no idea why they mounted these things upside down. So if any of you guys know, please comment down below. Alright, you're completely loose. You just need some love. Alright, one of them's out. Man, two of them are out. Look at that. Alright. Looking good. All the way through there. And you can see the physical differences here as far as the size. And this guy right here is only a 16 volt. And the other one is I'm sorry, the autofocus, I've got that turned off right now. It's a 25 volt we're replacing it with. And you can do that. You can always go up in size as far as the voltage on a capacitor like this. Typically in these old power supplies, it's okay to also probably go up in the size of the capacitance. I mean, it'd be a waste, but you know you can typically get away with that. So here we go, pushing these guys right on in there. I may have to go from the bottom side and clean that off. Yeah, because I can't get that guy to go in. All right, not a problem. This time I'm also, you know what? Oh, yeah, that's right. It's supposed to go on bottom. Ah, again. How dumb am I? There we go. All right. So, positive, and negative. There we go, that guy went through. Man, does not want to go through. It's okay. We'll do this number right here. Go ahead and take this top side of this thing and get that. There we go. Just needed a little bit of heat. Now, something interesting is you'll notice those caps are not all the way flush against the PC board. So I'm gonna continue on with that, and also not put them flush against the PC board, because maybe that's done for a reason. Might be a dumb reason. The reason may have been that, you know, they didn't care. Either way, there we go. you nice and heated up. Do the same with you. I almost think that I ought to bring this thing out and kind of turn it sideways so you guys can see, get a better view of what I'm doing here. See if we can reflow that a little better. Just don't like how that looks. It's a lot of solder. It's more than I wanted to put on. Okay, so we'll go ahead and cut our extra leads off here. Click. Click. Man, they sure did love the rosin back then. Rosin all over everything. Okay, let's move on to our next guy. And this guy is a 100 microfarad, 16 volts. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. No, probably not. There we go. $100 microfarads. So, all right, and how's he oriented? He's oriented with negative over here, going to that big honking lead. Wow, man, that guy right there looks like he's not even soldered. Like that's a super bad joint right there. Well, looking what it's going to on the top hand side, yeah. Let's see what we got going on. All right, he's loose. Well, it's almost coming right out. Look at that, right on out of there. Yay! I hope I have one this size. I didn't check before I pulled it out. I'm pretty sure that I do in my junk drawer. Something tells me it's going to have a significantly smaller footprint. One of these from Ken. What size is this guy? That's only a 47. No good. All right. Go ahead and lay all my guys out here on the table. Oh, I know where he goes. All right. 220. Ah, 10. All right. 100. There we go. 100 microfarad, 50 volts. Okay. This one actually is slightly larger. So will it fit through the hole? Hey, it does. So we ought to be okay. All right. And positive is over towards the salt chip. Negative is over towards the bypass or the pass transistor. So here we go. And we'll go right back up in there. I will not go all the way. At least I don't want to go all the way. As I said, I don't know why that was done, but it was done for a reason. that I do not understand. Okay, negative over here on that side, positive is on the correct side. So let's put some solder on this bad boy. There we go. Awesome. There we go. Very good. Let's cut these leads off of there. Ah. There we go. Yay, I hope everyone is doing well out there. You know, we've got this whole COVID-19 thing going on. I hope everyone's healthy, and you know, at least it's giving us some time to play around with stuff like this. So I guess we should just make the best of it. If you can. All right, so we got a little cap over here. Let's see, we got 1, 2. Yep, those guys are done. That one's done. You know, he actually has a whole little checkboxes over here, but I believe I only have the one for the Color Computer 3. Let me check. So there's the one for the Color Computer 3. Ha! Color Computer 2. So, and there are many versions of the Color Computer 2. This one is a 2630-26. Really? 2630-26. Here we go. That's a sexy sheet there. So we can mark off. Do I have something to write with? As you can see, guys, I'm always prepared whenever I go into these things. Not really. Got a Sharpie. So we've done C2. Out of there. C5. Out of there. And C1. Yeah. Out of there. Okay, our next guy is 100 microfarad C11, if we go by this. It's on the far inside. Might as well. We'll get down there by the cartridge port. See what we got going on. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, and our negative post is pointing towards the CPU side. And 100 microfarad. Should have another one. That is a 220. That is also a 220. Here's 100. Also larger than the one we moved. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull this bad boy out. Man, that's all right. I do believe I see where it is at. imagine these guys laying these boards out by hand? Like if somebody actually drew this stuff. The more I read about the way Radio Shack was ran, back in the late 70s, early 80s and everything, man, it must have been like a really cool place to be. And they would just come up with products and, sell them, figure out a way to, they would come up with things and figure out a way to market it. It's just crazy. It's like, does anybody need that? I don't know. I think we can sell it. Certainly some very smart guys down there in Fort Worth. There we go. Are we full loose? Nope. Okay. So there's just going to be a little bit more heat. Give the heat, man. Does not want to come loose. Okay, well, tell you what. Just put a little bit of solder on the tip of my iron here. Flip that bad boy over. Ha! That did it. Ooh! This one's a little bit Prager's, man. It's got a nice little belly going on. And let's put this back on here and see if we can suck out the excess. Looks like this is for the power supply on the cartridge. It must have like a fat ass trace on top. Oh God, yes it does. Look at that big ass trace. Look at that damn thing. No wonder I couldn't get it out. Let's put some heat on this side. Damn. This might be a problem. I mean, that's a big freaking trace. Let's see if I can put some heat on it and help myself out. The idea of doing this is we're going to be heating up that entire trace. Yep, it's hot now. Practically see the dadgum thing lifting off the board. That ain't good. There we go. Heard that. It's like it took a dump, went. Okay. 100 mics. There we go. I know I had it here a moment ago. There we go. 100 mics. Positive. Negative. Hope that I can get it warm enough to actually solder. Oh my God. I don't think anything this large is needed anymore because I mean, you know, any of the accessories you purchase these days is not going to draw a huge amount of current. And will probably have its own noise suppression caps built into, you know, the cartridge that you plug in. So, all right, there we go, and that is C11 out of there. Oops. C11 out of there. Okay, so we can do C20, which is this little bitty guy over here. Let's do that. Might as well. Yeah, so this guy is like on some buffer chips of some kind. I don't know, I guess they could be noisy. Let's see, which way is this oriented? Oh, yeah, this guy's special. He's bipolar. I know what this is. This is probably the cap for the audio, which would be a bipolar electrolytic. All right, it's a little bitty guy. Ooh, don't burn myself. Okay, we lifted him right out of there. There is no markings that I see for which side is positive and negative. 10 mics. So where's the little oddball that we have in here? No, that's just a little one mic. Ten microfarad. Here's a 10 microfarad, but it is not bipolar. This has got me worried. 10. Ah, there we go. 10 bipolar BP. Yep. So yeah, that little guy is bipolar. This one is also bipolar. Pretty sure you can't see any of the writing on that. Anyway, so it doesn't matter how we orient these things when we put them back in there. Does not matter. Little audio cap. All right. Just passing the AC, man. There we go. There we go. All right. And let's cut the excess lead off. There we go. Yay. Okay. Moving on. C20U is done. And I said Ken a moment ago. His last name is Kent. Mike Kent. So, my apologies, Mike. All right, we got a little one Mickey Fayrad. 50 volt C48. Is that our little dude that's up here? No, C48. C48 down here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, and ground is towards the bottom of the the other side. One's fill it up. There we go. Got that guy loose. Go back over here. These traces are just incredibly freaking large. Oh my god. And they're just gigantic. So I just got to heat it up and get some heat transferred onto that thing. Once you get it heated up enough, and it falls out. We'll go back over here. There we go. And now we have a couple of nice little holes there. Yay. Okay, so this is our 1 microfarad. And here he is. 1 microfarad. Positive up top. Ground on the bottom. And you can see that gigantic ground plane like right there. So that's why that one, right there, that's why I was having a difficult time. There's that big ground plane there. So flip this guy back over. Pull you out that way, pull you out that way. Boop, boop, boop. Put a little solder on you. See if we can get that side warm again. There we go. Plenty warm. There we go. Cut off the excess leads. Ta-da! And capacitor is in the correct polarity. Okay. So that is C48. You just mark it right off the list. There you go. Alright, and I guess next up is C46. Let's fill it right here. And positive is on the left. Really? Wow, this one's going to be fun because it has a gigantic ground plane up top. It's this huge ground plane, and then down bottom, also gigantic ground plane. So I don't know how this is going to play out, but we'll see. This is all right. That side came out pretty good. So we'll give this side one more try. Yep. Hey, we were able to get that out. Now let's clean up our holes. There we go. Nice clean hole. Nice clean hole. Got my door open out here to the garage area. We've got a little bit of a thunderstorm rolling through. So you're probably hearing all kinds of noise in the background. All right, so 10 microfarad. And have one very similar size, 10 microfarad, 50 volt, and she moved right into place there. Booyah. And let's solder. These gigantic traces, I'm just not used to it. And I can't even get this warm enough for the for the solder to do its thing and be pulled down into the hole. Forgot what that little capillary action is called. Because I don't do this for a living. I do this just for fun. All right, so there's 46. I guess we're down to our last cap. Mwah! 62. Which, man, this dude looks odd. I mean, it says that it's a 10 microfarad 50 volt. That is not what I have. This has a 47 microfarad in there. Which is what is used. Let's see. Huh. That's odd. I am going to replace this with the size cap that I'm sitting here looking, just making sure that it's not a different that not the documentation is right and I'm wrong. But yeah, this has a 47 microfarad in there, and I'm going to replace it with a 47 microfarad. And here is a 47 microfarad. Looking to see what revision this is. I don't know, Michael. I may reach out to you on this. That is interesting. I don't know how this is being utilized. It looks like it has something to do with the RF modulator. I do not believe that it has anything to do with the ROM chips. Interesting. Okay, and it is a polarized cap. So, and it has these big, gigantic freaking leads going to it. See if we can warm it up. There we go. Got it moving. Yep. There we go. Get the other side. Oh, sorry. Warm it up. All right, got that to come out a little bit. This side, warm it up. There we go. And we're, oh, damn. Thing looks like it's in super bad shape. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, well, whatever it is. I don't think I pulled up part of the thing there, part of the trace. At least I hope not. Made a nice clean hole. Yep. Nice clean holes there. So here's our 47 microfarad. Yay. And our positive lead goes in there. And our negative lead goes in there. And we'll just push that guy on down. There we go. All right, and clip and clip, and we are done. Ta-da! Yay! Okay, so let's ooh, shiny gold. Let's see about putting this guy back on here. There we go, and put all of our clips that we can back in place. There we go. And let's see here. Here are connections for the keyboard. There we go. All right, so we have put the back on this thing. I do believe I soldered all of the guys back in correctly as they should be. And I'm going to take this, mount it back in there, and we'll give it a try. So let me stop the video, and we'll plug it up and see if it works. So The only place I have a television out here in my shop is out in the garage area. So we're no longer at the workbench. We are in the garage. Garage is a mess. We got lots of projects going on. But let me flip the screen here. There is our television. And here's our Coco. And got it packaged back up. And let's see if this guy has a pulse, okay? And 1, 2, 3. Hey, check it out. We have a pulse. Those 2 lines that you see in the video there, that's actually from the television. The television has an issue, which is the reasons it's out here in the garage. Now, what's interesting is before. I had an artifact that was showing up just to the right of the cursor. And that artifact was, I suspected it was probably the capacitors that was causing that issue. And that is no longer present. So it looks like we are good. So thank you guys for watching the video. I know it's a long video. But that's how you change a set of caps. I really want to say thank you to Mike Kent. Those cap kits are great. I'll send you a message and let you make sure that you know that this particular model had a different value for one of the caps, and I don't know that it matters. You're probably going off what is actually in the spec sheet. And sometimes, what makes it into the factory is not what's in the specification. So anyways, thanks guys, and we'll see you later. Bye.